Welcome back to Flikey Movies. Today I will show you mystery thriller film from 1992 titled Basic Instinct. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care.
The movie begins with a blonde woman who has sex with a man. She ties his hands to the brass bed. During sex, she takes an ice pick, stabs him for many times, and he dies. Next day, Detective Nick and his colleague Gus head toward the crime scene. As known, the man who died last night was a rock. And role star, Johnny Boss. He's been stabbed 16 times and no prints on the ice pick they checked on him. He was stabbed when he was on climax. They all laugh and think it was stupid. The captain asks them to go to his girlfriend's house to find out. They meet a woman and start asking her questions about Johnny. She is Roxy, Johnny's girlfriend's friend, and she tells them her address. They arrive at the house and meet Johnny's girlfriend. It's Catherine. She smokes while enjoying the view. Nick asks about her relationship with Johnny. She says she wasn't dating him, she was just sleeping with him. They get surprised to hear the answer. She continues that she was with him last night. They had a drink together and separated to go back to their own homes. They decide to leave. The story goes into Nick meeting with a counselor. Her name is Dr. Elizabeth. He has to meet her because of an internal affairs command about his old case. He starts to tell her about his activities, a fact they both used to date. After finishing, he leaves from her room. In the conference room, where all detectives are investigating Catherine's background. She's 30, no priors, no convictions, double major, magna laude in Berkeley for literature and psychology. Her parents were killed in a boating accident. She's the sole heir for $110 million and formerly engaged with a boxer, Manny Vasquez, who has died. He reads Catherine's book about a retired rock and role star who is murdered by his girlfriend. That book shows the same picture that happened with Johnny's case. In the morning, Nick and Gus pick Catherine up for interrogation. She invites them to get in accidentally. He stares at a newspaper about his old case and sees her. That puts her dress on. They get up and head out. On the way, Gus asks her, "Are you working on another book?" She replies, "Yes." Nick continues, "What's your new book about?" She tells them her new book is about a detective who falls for the wrong woman. He turns back to her. What happens to him? She replies, she kills him. The interrogation begins. She answers the question about her relationship with Johnny bluntly. She moves her feet as her vagina is seen slightly. The man is stunned. She is a femme fatale who makes them stiff and silent. She insists on taking a lie detector test, and she passes. They think she's telling the truth, but Nick doesn't even believe her. She's too smart, so she can trick the machine, and he takes her for a ride home. She teases him if she's not wearing underwear as she gets out of the car and goes into the house. He goes to a bar, orders booze, even though he has stopped. He convinces the captain about Catherine, who tricked her polygraph test, but he thinks he went too far. Another internal affairs, Nilsson, teases him about his old habit that has already started again until he is mad. At the same time, Beth is there and faces him too. She pulls Nick away from the booth. They go to Beth's apartment straight away. He gets her dress off and has with her with hard and rough touches. After finishing, they lay down. She tells him she knows Catherine. They were in some of the same classes. Shucks. Later on, a colleague tells him he got a call from Berkeley. There was a killing in the 80 seconds. A professor was stabbed by an ice pick on his bed. The captain commands all of them to find out about his death that might be connected with Catherine. Nick has a job to see where she leads. He follows her to a house. He's out of the car, checks a mailbox. It's written as Hazel Dobkins. As he waits for her to come out, he sees her with an old woman that must be Hazel Dobkins. He pulls his car up to her house and sees the outline of her body from afar. Then he leaves. He sits in front of a computer to find out who Hazel Dobkins is. Gus comes to him and sees his screen. He knows about her. She's a psychopath. She killed her husband and kids with a knife. He comes to Catherine's house. On a table, he sees a word processor and newspaper clippings. She's using him as research for the main character in her new book. While she's making a drink, he asks her about Professor Goldstein and Hazel Dobkins. She says he was her counselor in her freshman year and where she got an idea to kill with the ice pick. Hazel is research to help her understand homicidal impulses. She talks about his old case. He stares at her horrified. Roxy comes and kisses her briefly as he walks away from them. She is bisexual. He storms into Beth's office and gets mad at her about someone who accessed his file. That's the reason why Catherine knows about him. Beth confesses it's Nilsson. He goes to his room, picks him up by his lapels, slams him against the wall. Everyone tries to break them up, but Nick gets suspended and he leaves. In the night, he gets a call. He comes to the crime scene and sees Nilsson died. He has been shot in the head. The captain asks him to give his gun. He suspects him as the killer. After he finishes his interrogation and sees Catherine sitting on the front stoop, he offers her to come in and have a drink. She starts to tease him and brings her new book. As she goes out and invites him to come to Johnny's club at night. In the club, where Catherine is having fun with Roxy, they are interrupted by Nick, who just arrives. She starts to seduce him with her sexy dance. He's finally tempted. They leave the club and decide to make love at her house, while she moves higher above him, kneeling over his face, moving slightly, and starts to tie his hands like Johnny's case. He meets with Gus and talks about Nilsson's death case. The investigation's result found a safety deposit box with $50,000 in his account taken out 3 months ago, used that one time. It doesn't make sense because she didn't know him 3 months ago. As he walks down the street, a car suddenly speeds up toward him, but he passes to avoid, begins to chase it. The car goes out of control, turning over as it rolls down the hillside. He runs down to check. It's Roxy. She's jealous of him and tried to kill him. He comes to Catherine's house to comfort her about Roxy's death. She looks sad about what happened to her. In the night, after having sex, she tells her first story about a girl she met while she was in college. She slept with her once, started following her, and copied her style. Her name is Lisa Hoberman. Nick with his friend to find out about Lisa Hoberman. As a result, it appears that Lisa Hoberman is Dr. Elizabeth. They both startle. He asks her a question. Why did you change your name? She replies, it's only because I got married. But he doesn't believe her and turns away. He goes to find out about Beth's dead husband. It showed he was a doctor and was killed by a gun. It's the same gun that used to shoot Nilsson. There's no suspect, no motive, it's unsolved. In the night, Gus goes into a hotel to meet Catherine's maid. When they were in college, as Nick is waiting in the car, when he wants to get out from the elevator, he's stabbed by an ice pick many times. Nick sees something wrong from the top, runs into the hotel to catch him. He's late. Gus has died suddenly. Beth comes. She got a message to meet Gus. He doesn't believe her, points the gun at her while she puts her hand into her pocket, walks slowly toward him, but he shoots her. She dies. It turns out, he checks her pocket. It's only a key. Things look messed up. He goes into his home, and Catherine's there. She says she loves him. They have sex again. There's something under the bed. It's the ice pick, so she must be the killer.
Make sure to subscribe and turn on notification so you can watch more videos like this.